U.S. and UN officials have urged both sides to resolve their differences through communication, not conflict, and that could be easier said than done. Daniel Serwer is a scholar at the Middle East Institute. He's researched the issues of the Kurdistan region extensively. Welcome back to the show. So, are you surprised that it has gotten to this point?
I'm not really surprised it's gotten to this point. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't been bloodier than it's been. There seem to have been some of the Kurdish forces that were prepared to yield to Baghdad forces. And frankly, this is what should have been expected because the Kurdistan referendum really was offensive to Baghdad, to Ankara, and to Tehran.
You know, Kirkuk is in the middle of the long-running dispute between Iraq's government and the Kurdish regional leaders. Why is Kirkuk so significant? Why is it so valuable?
Well, it's easy enough to say it's so valuable because it has a lot of oil. And that's true. It has a lot of oil and has been producing oil for 90 years. It's a very long producing field in Kirkuk. But there's more to it than that. This city is culturally important to Turkmen, to Arabs, and to Kurds. And it's a kind of keystone city. It's a city that holds Iraq together or could break it apart.
So how do you see this playing out in the coming days, coming weeks?
Well, I think Baghdad seems to have achieved most of what it was trying to achieve. Now the question is, how will the Kurds respond? Will there be a return to the negotiating table? Will there be return to normal sorts of governance in Kirkuk? And I certainly hope that will be the case. It's certainly not in the American interest for there to be any further fighting in Kirkuk.
Well, you know, the U.S., as we know, is not taking any sides, trying to stay neutral. Is it possible for both sides to reach a resolution here?
I do think it's possible. I've talked to people about this quite a bit over the years. There are parts of the province that are more Kurdish. There are parts of the province that are more Arab. I think there is a kind of land for peace deal to be had here. Probably land and oil for peace, because there probably needs to be some equitable division of the oil proceeds as well. And that's what hasn't worked well in Iraq for some years. It's very important that they get this right. It's a powder cake. The fuse has been lit. We don't want to see the big explosion.
All right, we'll leave it there. Daniel Serwer, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.